Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Drop is just minutes away. What's up, everybody? This is NOJHL Game Day. Welcome back inside our league studios. Some big matchups are on tap tonight, and we are going to get you all set up before sending you off to the rink in a few minutes. Let's go.
Benlin across the left side. Shot coming in, scores! That time it worked. Gage Evans with a snipe.
Evans put the Thunderbirds up in Powassan, but the Voodoos responded soon after.
Down the left side, Saginaw. Across the right side, nice saucer pass to enter the zone. And now shot in on net. Loose puck on the doorstep, and they score! Metivier mishandles it. Rotundo now looking down the ice. Decides to turn back. And with 3 minutes to go, tries to head out of the zone, but he turns it over. 3-on-1 in, and they score! Sonnedecker didn't need much time to convert on that play. And another shot comes in, bounces out to the blue line. Call with it, plays it in the corner. Nolan feeds it across, wide open. Dawson with some vengeance from that earlier power play as he scores on the power play. 2-2 the score, back and forth we go. Thunderbirds coming in, that is Cowan with the shot, scores!
That would prove to be the winner for the T-Birds as they extended Powassan's misery. The Voodoos have now lost 7 straight. Hurst in French River to face the Rapids. We pick it up in the second with the Jacks leading 2-0.
Got tripped up from behind. In comes Villeneuve. He gets it on net. And he scores! Hunter Belenez there.
Go to the net. You get rewarded.
Go to the net. Get it to the net. Dig away. Good job by Villeneuve and Belenez there to finish it off. Nice move there. And they score. Right back at it. Number 87, Don Evan Villeneuve.
Yeah, Kalen with the good stick
Picked up by
shot.
27, Shepardson. Another shot, and they score. Quick goal, and that looked like it went crossbar and down from it. It's like Patterson with the puck in the corner. Comes out, shoots, scores.
Yeah, too much time. 5-on-3,
5-on-2,
pass across.
We'll save you the rest of the carnage. The Lumberjacks were firing on all cylinders. They take this one 9-3. Blind River facing Espanola. This contest taking place at the Wickwemicon Recreation Center. The Paper Kings get off on the right foot as Jack Anderson notches his 17th of the campaign to make it 1-0 Kings. All Beavers after that, though. In the second frame, Ryland Gibbs picks up his 4th tally of the campaign to knot it up at 1 apiece. 2 minutes later, nobody picks up the pinching AJ Sade, and the boys in red had their first lead of the evening up 2-1. Now, apparently there was a heck of a snowstorm going on outside, so a few technical glitches in the broadcast, but we had to show you that wicked snipe by Gibbs as he picks up his second goal of the night to make it 3-1 Beavers. they'd roll the rest of the way to win 5-1. Here's some alumni news for you. Michael Levin, who played for the Powassan Voodoos 3 seasons ago and is now with the Niagara Ice Dogs in the OHL, represented Israel recently at the Under-20 Division II World Championships in Serbia, and Michael helped lead Israel to the silver medal. As a matter of fact, he led the whole tournament in scoring with 11 points in just 5 games. Congratulations, Michael. And Tyson Doucette continues to have a fantastic season in the OHL with the Sarnia Sting. Doucette, of course, committed to Colgate University earlier this year. And this season so far has racked up 32 points for the Sting as they are battling for a playoff spot in the OHL's Western Conference. Tyson played for the Thunderbirds 2 seasons ago. Okay, on tap for today, Iroquois Falls facing Timmins. Now, the Rock is 5-0 against the Storm this season, and it's the way they've picked up those 5 wins that's truly stunning. Timmins has outscored the Storm 26-7 over those 5 games. They have just been utterly dominant. Now, of course, the Rock did have their 7-game unbeaten streak snapped on Thursday. The Storm 3-7 over their last 10. Soo Thunderbirds taking on Powassan. The teams facing off for the second straight day. Soo won last night 4-2. The Voodoos desperately trying to snap that 7-game losing streak. The T-Birds 8-2 in their last 10 and 3-0 against the Voodoos this season. Hearst will tangle with the Gold Miners. The Jacks are a perfect 5-0 against the Miners this season. Although Kirkland Lake did throw a scare into them a couple of times, Hearst 7-2-1 over their last 10. The Miners are 4-6. CJHL rankings, and Rockland leads the way from the CCHL. Trenton at 2, Sudbury holding strong at number 3, and coming in at number 19 are the Hearst Lumberjacks. Primetime player from last night, Chase Thompson from Hearst, and he was unquestionably the dominant forward on the night, picking up 5 points, 2 goals, and 3 assists to lead the Black and Orange to the big win over French River. And your play of the day, brought to you by BrokerLink, auto, home, and business insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. We're giving it to Don Heaven Veilleux for this sublime solo rush.
Get it to the net, dig away. Good job by Villeneuve, and Valena's there to finish it off. Nice move there, and they score! Right back at it, number 87, Don Heaven Veilleux. Dekes out the defenseman, and then puts it on the, looked like the short side on Burley there.
Yeah, and just always remember that to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the NOJHL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Now, it's game time. Off to the rink for puck drop we go. Enjoy the game.
And thank you for that, Mr. Batravansky. It's Courtney Kenny here at the Powassan Sportsplex for you for a matinee in P-Town. I'm Courtney, as I just mentioned, along with Brad Brooks here today, and cameraman Mike Brown, who every day when we're at the rink is his birthday. Powassan trying to snap a 7-game losing streak, as we heard. It's the longest since their inaugural season in 2014-15. And that's also the only season that the Voodoos finished under 500 on the year as well. Brad, the sky is not yet falling, but it feels like it's getting close.
Well, here's the thing, is the Voodoos, they have not won a game yet this month. They started the month, they scored 6 goals in their first 4 games in February, so they dried up a little bit offensively. The last 3, however, they've got 10 goals in their last 3 games, so things are starting to turn around offensively, obviously just struggling a little bit on the defensive side of the puck, but I'm looking for that to change this afternoon, Courtney.
We're hoping for that indeed. We will have a back-to-back game here with a pregame ceremony, as we'll be honoring the graduating players, so we'll go down to ice level here as we get to hear all about who's graduating and celebrate their time here in Powassan. So, take it away.
As we normally do today, we pay tribute to our graduating players who are playing their final regular season junior hockey games in the next couple of weeks. Please welcome to ice our General Manager and President of Hockey Operations, Chris Dawson. Chris recently celebrated his 400th win as a General Manager in the NOJHL. Congratulations, sir. Our first forward from Hawkesbury, Ontario, number 7, Anushin McGunthin. Anushin joined the Voodoos here at the trade deadline in a deal with the Markham Royals of the OJHL. On defense from Cambridge, Ontario, welcome number 2, Lucas DeCalloway. Lucas joined the Voodoos in a trade with the Niagara Canucks of the OJHL this September. He surpassed his 100th game of Junior A hockey earlier this season. Lucas DeCalloway. On defense from Mississauga, Ontario, welcome number 18, Adam McKillop. Adam joins the Voodoos this summer in a trade with the Caledon Admirals of the OJHL and has been a big part of the Voodoos Blue Line. Adam has also taken a leadership role as one of the alternate captains. Adam McKillop. And finally on defense from Calgary, Alberta, number 4, Jackson Smith. Jackson joined the Voodoos in January of 2024 as a free agent from the Colorado Rampage of the NAHL. Since then, Smith has found a home on the Voodoos Blue Line and was named Voodoos captain for the 24-25 season this summer. Jackson also recently committed to play NCAA Division III hockey next year for the Southern New Hampshire University Penmen. Congratulations and thank you again to all our graduating players and their supporting families. We ask you to rise, if able, remove your hats and join Tim Scarrow for the singing of the American and Canadian national anthems.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glad, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave, oh, the land of the free and the hope of the Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command, Captain Brass et porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix, ton histoire est une épopée, tes plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on
And now your starting lineup for your Powassan Voodoos.
All right, we'll get to your starting lineup here shortly, but I will tell you who's out there for the Soo Thunderbirds in just a moment. We have up front, it's Nate Dugwell, James Elliott, and Jacob Smith. On the back end is McDowell along with battalion prospect Declan Gallivan, and in net it's Noah Mativier. He's 9-12 on the season with a .361 goals against average and a .901 save percentage. For the Powassan Voodoos, we're looking at Caden Cowell, Justin Russo, and Ryan Saginaw up front, along with Adam McKillop and Mason Rotundo on the back end, and Austin Seibel in net. He's 9-11 with a .328 goals against average and a .914 save percentage. And we'll get back to that in a moment at our first whistle, as we're just set for the opening face-off draw. Courtney Kenny once again pleased to be joined by Brad Brooks here at the Powassan Sportsplex, and we're off. The Thunderbirds in their road navy jerseys are going left to right in this opening frame, and the Voodoos in their home whites are going right to left as the Thunderbirds are on the attack early. McDowell with the shot, that one goes wide. Far side, it's kicked out by the Voodoos. Now it's Cowell against McDowell. Cowell walking in. Cowell stops up, leaves it for Russo, and Russo's looking to make a play to the back, but he gets the puck knocked away from him by Gallivan. Gallivan has a stick knocked out of his hands, and now the puck's back to the blue line for Rotundo. Rotundo with a shot, and that one doesn't make it through traffic. Puck back down to the Voodoo zone for McKillop. Up for Cowell. Cowell has some space, walking in. Cowell didn't like what he saw, so he dumped the puck around, and it's picked up by the Thunderbirds on the far side. McCauley now. Lost it to Whitelaw. Whitelaw gets it up for Dubroy. Dubroy scoring his 20th goal of the season last night. He's pacing Voodoos in that category. Kept in now, but not for very long as it's sent back out into the neutral zone. Going through the neutral zone, and that's going to go for offside here against the Soo Thunderbirds. We'll be right back after a quick message.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, the Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout.
All right, after all that, we're back underway here after an offensive zone or offside draws. Naveau gets the puck up, going in. The Thunderbirds sharp angle chance, that's stopped by Seibel. Secondary chance, it beats the goaltender, and it's 1-0 Thunderbirds. Only a minute, 17 seconds into this contest.
Yeah, the Voodoos appear to be on their heels to start this game. The almost first minute of this game so far has been spent in the Voodoo zone, Courtney.
Not a good start for Powassan at all, as that's Devin Jones-McDonald with his 8th of the season.
Bit of an inauspicious start for a team that's on a 7-game losing streak.
Not how the Voodoos would have wanted to draw it up for sure. And in both games so far this weekend against Hearst and the Sioux, they've been able to erase deficits. In some cases, like the Hearst game, go ahead, but still ultimately fall. Jack Nolan on the far side. Brought it up for Dawson, but it was in his skates, so the puck's back down in the Voodoo's territory. DeCallaway tried to clear it, but now it's picked up by Call. Call to the far side for DeBox. DeBox looking for Dawson. That one missed him, and that'll roll in and go for icing against Powassan.
Well, you mentioned Caden Dubroy last night scoring his 20th goal of the year. He leads the team in that category, but he has just 2 points in February, including 0 points in his previous 4 games before last night's goal. So if the Voodoos are going to start to turn things around here, they're going to need to rely on their leading goal scorer, Caden Dubroy, to start finding the back of the net a little bit more.
He has 35 points on the year as well. Trails Justin Russo with 38. Caden Cowell is one of the only Voodoo players above a point a game percentage. He has 34 points in 32 games, as he was out injured for a while. Now it's Gallivan with the puck on the far side, throws the puck out front, and that's picked up by Dawson and sent down the ice. Gallivan chasing after it. Now sends the puck up the ice for Elliott. Elliott tries to get in. A good stick by Viscu disrupted him, but he still held on to the puck. Now back to McDowell. It's out of the zone, though. Now a nice move by Misa, and he's down the ice. Misa with a shot. Mativier making his first stop of the game.
First real chance for the Voodoos so far in the first few minutes of this one. That was a great play by Misa. And this Soo Thunderbirds team is built pretty similarly to the Voodoos, where they kind of score by committee, right? It's a situation where they don't have a player over a point a game either, and they kind of balance the scoring around. They share the wealth around, and solid goaltending, and solid defense. So this is the team that the Voodoos are directly chasing in the standings. So it's a big game.
It also helps when your goaltender, Mativier, won a championship with Sudbury last year as a starting goalie.
Yeah, that's a nice boost to have for sure.
Yeah, playing his final year of junior eligibility in his hometown, Sioux. Has another chance on net. Mativier, a couple of saves there. And the puck back down and out for the Thunderbirds. Ordell tried to get it out. Now it's sent back in with Viscu chasing on the forecheck. Puck left by the Thunderbirds right in front of Mativier. Mativier comes out, plays the puck, as he saw a situation and decided to get himself involved. Viscu gains the line. Tried to get a shot on net. He fanned on it, though. And now the puck going the other way for the Sioux. Up the ice. Good stick by McKillop. Negates that pass. And now the puck up for Bradley. Bradley takes a shot. It went well wide. Bradley drawing back into the lineup today with an injury to Anthony Boyes, who scored a nice goal against Hearst the other night. Now Legler with the puck. Goes back to his D partner. And is quickly back up the other way. Sent in by the Thunderbirds. Goes around the end wall. Now Legler takes a shot. That one's stopped by Seibel. And the puck is out front of the Voodoos net and down the ice for Cowell. Cowell tries to get around his man. And now he's taken into the corner. Still has possession of the puck, though, as he battles for it. Got it for Russo. Russo looking for some options here. He lost the puck, though. But the Voodoos still battle for it. Now it comes into the zone. And it's picked up by Dawson Coleman. Coleman flipping the puck down the ice. He was looking to get Russo in stride. Now Russo has it as he plays pitch and catch with Cowell. Cowell going out front, and that's picked off by the Thunderbirds. Now from behind the net, Saginaw. He would have had Russo alone in the slot, but a good skate there by the Thunderbirds negates that pass. And now Legler tried to get in, but that'll go for offside against Powassan as we're 4 minutes and 10 seconds in. It's 1-0 Thunderbirds.
And as you mentioned, Noah Metivier, the Thunderbirds goaltender, 9-12-2-1 this season for 361 goals against average and a 901 save percentage. This is a guy, he just turned 21 last month. He is in his final year of eligibility in the Node. He started his career with these Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds. He went 20-3 as a rookie.
Wild. That get you a Cy Young.
Those are Cy Young numbers. A minuscule 188 goals against and a 922 save percentage that year. And then, like you mentioned, he spent the last 2 seasons with the Cubs, of course, winning the league championship with them last year. He had a 189 goals against and a 932 save percentage in the playoffs last year. So, yeah, that's, obviously struggling a little bit on a slightly weaker team this year in the Thunderbirds, but you know you've got a good goaltender back there, and you can rely on him coming playoff time.
I would not complain about having championship caliber goaltending.
No.
Brad, you know a thing or two about championships.
Sure do. Fly, Eagles, fly.
McDowell in his own zone, plays the puck around, and the Thunderbirds get it through the neutral zone now. Wardell looking to go for a cross-ice pass. Never reached his target, though. Now Wardell picks it back up. Wardell's pass out front is picked off by McGunthin, and he goes cross-ice for Whitelaw. Walking in, taking the shot. Metivier with a save, secondary chance. Another save for the goaltender, Metivier.
That rebound save, double kick save was absolutely beautiful. What a play to stay composed by Metivier.
Yeah, and you see the stats all the time about how save percentage dips considerably on a secondary chance.
Yeah.
When you make plays like that, more often than not, you'll be stopping the puck.
Not that time.
Now down the ice, a good chance there for Powassan. Another big save by Metivier, as that was some good speed showed off by Owen Cowell, who was recently played in his 100th Junior A game between the OJHL and the NOJHL.
Would have been nice to see him get on the board there, but yeah, he had displayed some nice speed coming down the right wing side there, but Metivier, equal to the task, came out, cut off the angle, and swallowed that up. No rebound this time.
Voodoo's looking for a draw here now, as Viscu is in for the draw. It's won by the Thunderbirds, though, but it's still tied up. Now Viscu gets to it. Viscu leaves it for Misa. Misa, sharp angle chance. That one just floated through the crease of Metivier. Now Bradley with the puck behind the net. Bradley twisting and turning, taken to his knees. Now the puck comes out. McKillop gets to it, flips it right back in. Voodoos are still offside, though, so Bradley had to tag up. Now Bradley right in on the net. Puck comes loose. Bradley with a chance. Bradley in alone, and he fanned on that shot. Still rolled in on Metivier. But Metivier did a good job playing the angle and almost took away any available net on him.
Well, it's one of those ones where you think he's going to be able to get all of the shots, so you prepare for him to shoot it where he wants, and then when it doesn't go where the player wants, you have to kind of react to the puck coming in on you at a much different angle, and he did just that and was square to it, covered it up, and we'll have a face-off to his right.
Russo for the draw, as he said, face-off to his right. It's won by the Thunderbirds, though, and out of the zone. But the Voodoos quickly chip it back in. That's Coleman. Voodoos finishing off their 3 and 2.5 days. And the Thunderbirds playing back-to-back here.
It's a busy weekend.
It is. Now Legler walking in. Throws the puck cross ice. Cowell picks it up. And aside from preseason games, I can't remember doing a game at 2 o'clock in Powassan for a Voodoo game.
It's nice.
Coleman going cross ice. Kratz takes the shot. That one hit a body and went over the net. Now Cowell picks it back up. Caden Cowell skating around, takes a shot. Metivier, another save. Here is the Voodoos, since getting scored on, having all types of offensive zone attention. Now another chance. That one's blocked aside by Seibel. And the Thunderbirds have the puck in the neutral zone, but given away to Cowell. It's a 2-on-1. Caden Cowell Tried a nifty move, lost the puck though. Now the puck back through the neutral zone for the Thunderbirds. Picked up by Kratz. Kratz up for Dubroy. Dubroy walks in, takes a shot. Metivier with another save. McGunthin got the rebound on, and that's another save for Metivier. To Callaway with the puck to DeBox. And the puck sent down the ice. Metivier out to play it as there's no icing on that one. McDowell onto the far side, given away to Whitelaw. Whitelaw looking out front. That one just hit a body and went wide. Now Dubroy with it. Dubroy flipping it in for McGunthin. McGunthin lets it go around the end wall. And DeBox tried to get a piece of it. Now it's McGunthin with the puck. McGunthin to Whitelaw. Whitelaw tried to get it out front, but his pass didn't have legs on it and is sent down by the Thunderbirds. Jones McDonald, the goal scorer, lost it. Now Whitelaw has it. Going in with McGunthin. Whitelaw to McGunthin. Back for Whitelaw. Whitelaw tried to get a shot away. Now to Callaway, gets in there, and he puts the puck well wide. Callaway pinching, continues to pinch in, gets the puck in deep, and now the Voodoos will go for a quick change while the Thunderbirds collect themselves. Going through the neutral zone is the Sioux. Walking in, takes the shot. Seibel with a save there at the top of his crease and doesn't let a rebound out, so we'll get a stoppage here.
Yeah, and Austin Seibel, for his part, he's had slightly better stats for the Voodoos in net for the Voodoos this year. 9-11, 328 goals against average, and a 914 save percentage. And despite the 7-game losing streak, Courtney, with a win today, the Voodoos actually could pretty much cement a playoff spot, as it would put them 10 points up on the Storm in 9th. Considering the Storm may lose today, they are losing in Timmins right now. So.
The one time that Voodoos fans will cheer for the Timmins Rock, I'm sure. As the Voodoos looking to keep their playoff streak alive. They've made the playoffs every year of existence.
And looking to stay ahead of the Espanola Paper Kings, who are 4 points back of them in 8th. If you wind up in 8th, you run into the Sudbury Cubs first round of the playoffs, and no one wants that.
Nobody indeed. Now what a save by Metivier.
Wow.
As the Voodoos, Dawson got a good chance on net there.
Gorgeous passing play, finished off by Dawson, but Metivier made a sprawling save, and that, it's early, but that could be in the running for save of the night. Wow.
What a save indeed. Noah Metivier, we've been singing his praises all game so far. I mean, it's only been 8 minutes of the game, but wow.
That was impressive, Courtney.
Got to mark that one down.
And if the Thunderbirds happen to win this game by 1 goal, you're going to look to that as a difference maker.
Viscu on the attack again. Goes to the front of the net, looking for Bradley. His pass didn't find his way, but now the puck goes out of play, and we'll get a stoppage here. 11:06 left in this first period.
Two teams kind of going opposite ends of the spectrum at the moment. As we've mentioned, the Voodoos have not won this month. The Thunderbirds have only lost once in February. They're actually riding high. They're cruising in the opposite direction as Voodoos right now and are ahead of them in the standings. And this is the right time to get hot if you're a Thunderbirds fan.
That's a pretty good month for sure.
Yeah.
Coleman, and it's that time of year too, the dog days of the season when you're getting close to the playoffs that you want to start playing good.
That's it.
Puck kept in by Kratz. It's in deep now. Bradley battling for it. And now it's picked up by Misa. Misa lost the handle on it though. And coming in is Viscu. Viscu goes for a skate around, takes a shot. Metivier, another save as the goaltender's been very much tested here in this first half of the period. Already 11 shots on goal against him.
11 shots in not even a first half of the first period here for the Voodoos since the Thunderbirds scored in the first couple minutes of this game. The Voodoos have pretty much taken over the pace of play, and they put a lot of pressure on the Thunderbirds defense and goaltender Metivier, who has yet to blink.
1-0 Thunderbirds, 10:40 left in this first period. Thunderbirds only having 5 shots on goal so far. Now the puck off the draw to DeBox. DeBox tried to flip it out front, and it's picked up by Russo. Now Cowell gets to it. Cowell gets back to the top of the zone. Now he takes a pass over for DeCallaway, and another shot, another save for Metivier.
The one thing I have noticed for the Voodoos is obviously they haven't scored yet, but they are moving the puck very well, Courtney. Every pass I see is crisp. It's on the tape. They're connecting. And I think it's just a matter of time at this point before they beat Metivier. Looking very strong in the early going.
And the Voodoos are very desperate for a win right now.
Are they ever?
And that would go a long way to maybe easing some concerns here, is getting a puck in early on Metivier. Russo lost the puck, though. Going the other way are the Thunderbirds. Callaway picked it up, only briefly, though. But he gets the puck over for Russo. Russo sends the puck down the ice, but is picked off by Gallivan. Now Wardell takes a hit from Cowell. And the puck over into Voodoo's territory for DeBox. Back for DeCallaway. DeCallaway up the ice. That one was picked off by the Thunderbirds. Now Cowell has it, gets it up. And Russo takes the hit, but makes the play to Saginaw. Saginaw's shot. Good stick there by Gallivan. Gets in the way to stop him from getting everything on that. Or Saginaw had a dangerous chance.
Beautiful pass by Russo to spring Saginaw, but just couldn't be strong enough on his stick to keep it from the back-checking defender.
McDowell with the puck for Gallivan. Gallivan, who many thought would be playing with the battalion this year until a early season surgery, has looked very much comfortable here in Powassan the past 2 days. Puck back to the blue line, shot floats away from the net. Now chasing after it, the Thunderbirds on the far side. Behind the net, Daze, another battalion prospect. Sends the puck back to the blue line. And the Thunderbirds walking in. Good stick there by McKillop. Knocked the puck back to the blue line. Now it's picked up again by the Thunderbirds. Another shot and a save by Seibel brings us to our mid-period break. So we'll be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And
we welcome you back to the Powassan Sportsplex for this matinee game between the Powassan Voodoos and the Soo Thunderbirds. And speaking of Gallivan, he has only played one game this year, which was yesterday. So he made his season debut with his hometown Thunderbirds yesterday, right here in the backyard of the North Bay Battalion.
These Sunday matinees are nice, though, Courtney. We'll be out of here. It won't be bedtime by the time game's over. Just go home and enjoy a nice evening.
I'm excited. I got prime rib waiting for me at home.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Not to make anyone jealous or anything.
What's better than that? Possibly a Voodoo's win and a steak afterwards.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? That's double right there. Boom.
Right.
Gets me ready for a week ahead, which I really don't want to go and do, but
it's a great day, though.
At least I can go into it knowing, hey, the Voodoos won and I got a prime rib out of it.
That's right.
It was also Mike Brown's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike Brown.
1-0 Thunderbirds, 8:53 left in this first period. Courtney Kenny with Brad Brooks here for you. Noted Philadelphia Eagles fan, Brad Brooks.
Yes, sir. 2 Sundays ago, the Eagles on top of the football world, and I'm still riding high from it. I don't even know what hockey is anymore. Totally forgot all about it.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't see the football pigskin out there. As another shot stopped by Seibel. Now Cowan with another shot. That one hits a body before it got to Seibel. Second chance is kicked aside by the Voodoos netminder. I don't see Patrick Mahomes out there, Brad.
Now here's a guy.
I'm not complaining. Call with the puck. Sends the puck cross ice. And it's in Thunderbirds territory. Kratz gets to it, sends it in deep. Nolan gets to it, but now he's battling for it with Naveau behind the net. Thunderbirds come away with it. They put it into Metivier's crease. Secondary chance. And Dawson just floated that one over the net as Caleb Dawson looking for his third goal in as many days.
Defender tried to play it into his goalie and just misplayed it, and Dawson sitting on the doorstep with one and just couldn't flick it over Metivier.
Moretta with a chance now. Sends it back to the blue line. No one was there. That would have been a gift for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the puck's been finding him lately. He's got goals in 2 straight. Scored against the Sioux last night and Hearst in the previous game a week ago.
I hear it's all in the Timbits.
Could be.
As the puck takes a wild bounce and comes out. And that'll be a souvenir for a fan here. I know I sent you the video from my Madden franchise of that great catch by Keon Coleman. And by catch, I mean not catch. But I also have a picture on my phone. I got so far into it that Mahomes became a free agent. I was like, he'd be a good backup QB.
Yeah.
So I have a picture of Mahomes in a Bills uniform.
Imagine Mahomes on your bench.
Wow. He was like an 82 at that point, so.
What year was it in your career?
This is like 2035.
Oh, okay, so he's old at this point. I gotcha.
Allen's like a 79, and I still got to rock with him, though. Even though I have a backup like QB that's like better than him.
Yeah. You gotta. You got to be loyal to Josh Allen.
Yeah, I can't not be. Jalen Hurts signed with the Dolphins. That was weird.
Oh, that is weird.
That's a world you don't want to live in.
No.
Puck back into hockey, though. The Thunderbirds get the puck over for Callaway. Now Misa picks it up. Misa goes for a skate, tried to dump it in. It's picked off by the Thunderbirds and sent back down. Now McKillop gets to it. Puck goes in, and that'll go for icing as McDowell gets to it first. And now the Soo Thunderbirds will have an offensive zone draw.
Yeah, Misa couldn't handle that stretch pass and ended up going for icing. But the Soo Thunderbirds have started to sort of push back here, Courtney, in the last few minutes. We've started to see them establish themselves in some zone time a little bit. So we're starting to even out in the pace of play. A little under 7 minutes to go in this first period. And looks like we're going to have a game this afternoon, my friend.
That's never a bad thing. As McDowell looks for a shot, but a good stick there by Misa. And now Misa's off on a bit of a break. Gets it out front for Bradley, but the pass was in his skates, and he couldn't do anything with that. But what a great defensive effort by Riley Misa to negate that chance there by McDowell. Now the puck sent back down by Powassan, and that'll go for another icing as Gallivan's the first guy there for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Misa, after that play, went for icing. He poked the puck out and was pretty well sprung on a semi-break, but ended up trying to find his line mate Heath Bradley and just pass it into his skates, and Bradley just couldn't get the handle on it. So we'll see another face-off down here in the Voodoos' end.
Cowell in for the draw, usually playing wing, and it's won by the Thunderbirds. Twisting and turning in their own zone. It's McCauley who got the puck in deep. Sonnendecker. And the Voodoos are able to get the puck out. Now it's a good chance here as Russo tried to break through, or rather Viscu, but puck hopped away from him. Moretta for McCauley. Sent in, Seibel tried to stop it up, gets right away from here.
Huge hit by McKillop at center ice. Wow.
Viscu for Rotundo.
Kind of behind the play, you missed that, sorry.
I did, I entirely did.
That was a great hit.
Cowell with the puck. Lost it though, he had Saginaw with him. And now we'll get a call here. Looks like it's a hooking call against McCauley. So the Voodoos will get the first power play of the day.
McCauley got rocked in the neutral zone by McKillop, and out of frustration came back and hooked his man and ends up serving 2 or less here now. So we'll see the Voodoos get the first power play of this game, Courtney, and they're up 13-8 in shots. They've been able to establish some pressure here on the Thunderbirds, and maybe all they need to finally get on the board is an extra man on the ice.
Well, the Voodoos started yesterday with a 5-minute power play. Couldn't get anything going, not even a single shot on that power play yesterday. So they did look better as the game went on. DuBrois in for the draw. Tried to win it, but now it's 1-2. Cowell back at the blue line. Going cross ice for Rotundo. Rotundo for Cowell. Cowell in deep now. Gets it to Saginaw. Saginaw throws it on net. Tipped in front. Now it's just bouncing around. Metivier making a couple of saves on that. And now the Thunderbirds were looking for a shorthanded break, but it's picked up by Rotundo in the neutral zone. Now DuBrois leaves it for Cowell. Cowell with some speed through the neutral zone. Gains the line. Leaves it for Russo. Russo twists and turns. Keeps the puck on his stick. Goes cross ice. Leaves it for Rotundo. Gives it near side to Cowell. Cowell the shot. He scores! Caden Cowell! And the Voodoos are in flight here as a game-tying goal by Cowell, his 18th of the season.
And Caden Cowell's due, Courtney. This is a guy here who had 2 goals against Hearst a week ago, but no points aside from that since January 12th, a span of 7 games. Coincidentally, that's how long the Voodoos have been losing, so they need him to get going, and Caden Cowell back on the score sheet in a big way ties this game.
Caden Cowell had been so good. He was within the top 5 in points in the league through the early part, and then a mid-November injury took him out of the lineup for a month and a half.
Wow.
And he's just been trying to find his stride ever since. Still over a point-a-game player, though. So that tells you how good he was, considering how long he went without a point.
The only Voodoos player over a point per game, and they're going to need him in top form as the postseason is, after today, 5 games away.
Less than 5 minutes left now. Now Coleman sends the puck down the ice looking for Whitelaw. Picked up by McDowell. McDowell with the puck, lost it. Has a good stick there by DuBrois, knocked it away. Now the Thunderbirds with another chance coming out of their zone. That's Gallivan. Gallivan looking up the ice, and that one's nearly picked off by Kratz, but Whitelaw gets to it, sends it around behind his net for Coleman. Coleman picks it up, going for a skate, gets the red line, dumps it in, and they say that'll be icing, so the Voodoos won't get a change in after all.
And the Voodoos have to continue to exploit mismatches like that. The Voodoos come in 7th in the league with power play percentage, just under 20%, but the Soo Thunderbirds, their penalty kill is just under 75%, good for 10th in the league. So when your penalty kill struggles, I mean, your power play's got to take advantage of that.
Indeed, and they did just that with that play.
Yes, they did.
What a snipe by Caden Cowell.
Beautiful shot.
Moretto with the puck behind Seibel's net. Stops up, didn't like what he saw, so he gets it back to the blue line for Legler. Cross ice now, in deep. The Thunderbirds still with possession. That's McCauley who gets across ice. Now, a good defensive effort there by Whitelaw. Nearly got the puck out, but it's still kept in by the Thunderbirds. As this McCauley with it. Back from Moretta. Moretta walking in, had the puck hopped away from him. Kratz is in there along with Coleman, and it's picked back up by McCauley. McCauley tried to walk out and get a shot away, but couldn't. Now the Voodoos will find themselves penalized here as the teams trade minor penalties here. The Voodoos made the Thunderbirds pay. We'll have to see if the Thunderbirds are able to do the same thing to Powassan here, as Caden Newbroy will go serve 2 minutes or less.
Absolutely, and Powassan Voodoos for their part are good for 6th in the NOJHL with an 81% mark on their penalty kill. The Thunderbirds, on the other hand, are 5th in the league with a 21.7% mark on the power play. So kind of strength against strength here. We'll see who comes out on top, Courtney.
Always fun to see when the top teams, special teams, are able to clash. Smith in for the draw against Russo. Russo wins the draw back and is picked up by Cowell. Cowell off the draw. Tried to get the puck out, but it hit a leg and a stick, and now it's into the meshing and out of play.
Well, if you could just chip away at the penalty like that, who's gonna be upset about that on the Voodoos side?
Good question. I don't think many people will be.
They've been pretty successful on the draws here so far tonight, although losing that one.
Elliott back to the point for Gallivan. Gallivan walking in, takes a shot. That never made it to Seibel. And the goaltender still down, but the puck comes loose for Powassan, and it's back to the blue line and kept in briefly. Still kept in somehow as Cowell tried to poke it away.
I looked offside.
And now Gallivan gets it back to the blue line, still in again for the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds setting things up. That's Smith back there. Left it for his man Jones McDonald. Back to Smith. Now to Callaway battling with it as he's just content to try and kill some time. 1:15 left on the man advantage. Puck rolls around. Gallivan gets it back at the point. Gallivan takes a shot. That one hit his mate in front of the net, and now is picked up by DeBox and dumped down the ice. So that'll kill off some time here. With a minute left on the man advantage, Mativier leaves it for Gallivan. Thunderbirds somehow, some way, were able to keep the puck in a few times on that one.
They've spent the first full minute of this power play in the Voodoo zone, but hadn't put a shot on Seibel. Voodoo's defending very well.
They came close, but a good couple of blocks there as Legler now walks in. Gets it back to Fenlon. Fenlon, cross ice. Finds his man. Now it's back for Legler. Legler. Back to Fenlon. Playing pitch and catch now. Legler back to Fenlon. He showed shot. Now he does take a shot. Couple of rebound chances. And then the puck's thrown high and wide of the net as Seibel was down and out. And they had a prime chance there.
Great save on the initial play by Seibel, but the puck came out and into the slot, and Daniel Viscu made a great play to tip that second shot up and over the net, because you're right, his goalie was down and out and kind of at the Thunderbirds' mercy there.
30 seconds remain on this man advantage. Caden Dubroy still in the box. Russo in for the draw. It's won by Powassan, but Cowell had moved up, so the puck was won perfectly to him, but missed him. Dugwell. Back to Fenlon. Now to Legler. Fenlon again. Far side to Dugwell. Dugwell gets the puck in deep. And now it's picked off, or it's sent back as they go for a skate with it. That's McCauley near side to Legler. Take a shot. And that one is blocked. Back to Legler at the point again. As the Voodoos now trying to get it out. And they don't. Another chance, but a good block by McKillop as the Voodoos kill off this penalty. Dugwell In deep again for McCauley with a chance and a big save by Seibel on the backhand attempt as McCauley looked dangerous on that one.
Just an absolute, I mean, not textbook. That's not necessarily how you want to spend a penalty kill, most of it in your zone, but they've done a great job, the Voodoos defense that is, of keeping the puck away from Seibel for the most part. And we'll be back to even strength here with about a minute and a half to go in this first period. It's been an exciting one, Courtney.
It has indeed. Voodoos lead the shot total 16-11.
27 total shots this period. The chances are there for both teams.
It's definitely a much more wide open game than it felt like yesterday. As Whitelaw dumps the puck down the ice, but it's picked off by the Thunderbirds. And that was Atkinson who tried to get it in. Couldn't. Whitelaw dumps it right back in, rolls it on Metivier, and he plays it into the corner. McGunthin picked it up and is back to the Thunderbirds. Now McGunthin still battling for it, but Atkinson picks it up. Now to the near side, the Thunderbirds, it's Wardell. Knocked it in. Cowan chasing after it. Picked up by Atkinson. Back to the blue line and out. As it's flipped to the near side. And McGunthin picks it up as we're into the final minute now. McGunthin dumps the puck in deep. Far side, Thunderbirds pick it up. That's Chestnut with it to the near side. Sends it down all the way. That's not going to go for icing, though, they say. Someone touched it. As Kratz gets to it on the far side. Battling for it with Smith. And now it's flipped back to the blue line. DuBroy chasing after it. In deep, 15 seconds left in the frame. 1-1 is our game. Nolan tried to get a piece of it. Now it's picked off by the Thunderbirds again. Smith gets to it. And Kratz is just going to send it down the ice, and that'll kill off what's left of this opening frame. With a score knotted at 1 apiece between these two teams. Our goal scorers are Jones McDonald and Caden Cowell after that frame. And Brad, before we go to our break, your final thoughts on a very entertaining first period.
You're right. It's been a phenomenal first 20 minutes of hockey. The Voodoos gave up a goal early, but then got back on the period in the back half of the first period after that McCauley penalty for the Thunderbirds and scored on the power play to tie this game up. And I'm excited to see how the next 40 minutes are going to play out.
Well, if it's anything like this one, it'll be an exciting game, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more Voodoos hockey here on Flow Hockey and the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel. And like I said, we'll be back with more after this.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency. Welcome to the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, the Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout. You can book times now at gatewaygolf.ca or come visit at 245 Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being in netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as we get set for period number 2 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Soo Thunderbirds. It's a 1-1 game after the first 20 minutes of play here at the Sportsplex. Our goal scorers are Devin Jones-McDonald with his 8th of the season and Caden Cowell with his 18th of the season. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Brad Brooks, and Brad, hopefully the game can keep up like it did in that first period.
Well, the Voodoos have played the Thunderbirds 3 times this year. This is the 4th and final meeting against the Thunderbirds this year for the Voodoos. They've scored 2 goals in each of those 3 meetings, so I'm banking on an offensive explosion a little bit here for the Voodoos in this 4th and final meeting. Obviously, the Thunderbirds are 3-0 against Voodoos this year, and they've scored more than those 3 goals, so we'll have to hope that Seibel can keep the door shut and the offense can show up here in the final 40.
Little fun note for you, there's at least 5 Thunderbirds players. Macaulay, Smith, Gallivan, Jones-McDonald, Wardell, and Coach Jamie Henderson were on the bench in 2023 when the U18 Trappers upset the U18 Greyhounds in the Soo to win the Great North U18 League title. The current Powassan Voodoos boys, Dawson, Cowell, Russo, and Bradley were on that winning 2023 team. As we're set for puck drop here in this second period, the Voodoos in their home whites are going right to left this frame, and the Thunderbirds in the Road Navy Blues are going right to left as the Thunderbirds are on the attack. McKillop throws a hit, and it's in for Smith. Smith back to the line for McDowell. McDowell with a shot. That's saved by Seibel, and the puck is loose there in the slot. Another chance, and another save for the goaltender, Seibel. Cowell with the puck, goes cross ice, finds Saginaw, and McKillop gets it down the ice. Sent into Thunderbirds territory. Good chance there, but Dugwell avoids the hit from McKillop. Now Saginaw gets around Dugwell. Saginaw lost it. Dugwell knocks it out of the zone, and Cowell picks it up. Cowell dumps it right back in. Metivier plays it on the bank to Gallivan. Now Gallivan up the ice, gets it to Dugwell, but Dugwell's tip is thwarted there by McKillop, and now McKillop throws a big hit, or rather Whitelaw, on Gallivan. Now Dubroy down the ice with speed. Dubroy walks in, takes a shot, and that might have hit Metivier's shoulder and went into the glass behind the net. Metivier playing the puck behind his net. It's picked up by Declan Gallivan. As now it's given away to McGunthin. Whitelaw gets to it. Whitelaw throws it on net. And Metivier makes the blocker save. Atkinson up for Jones-McDonald. Puck knocked away as Atkinson gets it in deep. And the puck goes around the end wall. Kept in by the Thunderbirds. Shot from the point, hit a body, goes wide. Now Moretto with it. Sent back towards the net. McGunthin gets to it, and McGunthin gets it out of the zone. He's looking for Whitelaw, but it's picked up by Moretto and dumped right back in. Now Kratz gets to it, and that is played on the high stick. So a stoppage here as Powassan played it. Or rather, Kratz played it after tipping it out of the air.
The one thing I noticed for the Voodoos in the first period and what helped them kind of control the pace of play for the most part was their defensive zone breakouts were on point and the passes were crisp. So far the past the first couple minutes of the second period, Voodoos are struggling to break out of their own zone and the passes just aren't connecting so far and they're turning the puck over. So look for them to try and, I guess, fix that issue.
Yes, for sure. As the Voodoos do get the puck back into Thunderbirds territory. Now He's knocked back down by Moretta. Going down the ice, Thunderbirds with a shot. Seibel with a save. And now Dawson gets the puck, and he's got a quick 2-on-1 if he gets it going. Dawson stops up, throws the puck towards the net. That one's blocked as the puck kind of stuck there on the ice for him, and he overskated it, but still was able to try and get a shot away. To Callaway now. Dumps the puck back in cross ice. And is picked up by McCauley. But now Call got to it. Only briefly. Picked back up by the Thunderbirds. Now Daze dumps it in. It's picked up by Rotundo in his own zone. Rotundo down the ice. Looking for some options. Goes cross ice. Sends it in. Misa chasing after, but it's picked up by Viscu. Viscu lost the handle on it. And it's picked up by Wardell. And gets the puck down for McCauley. McCauley dumps it in. Seibel out to play it. Plays it around to the far side for McKillop. McKillop trying to will it forward. Couldn't quite get a hold of it, though, as he's battling for it on the far side half wall. Now Rotundo comes away with it. Rotundo to the near side. Down the ice was looking for Misa. Puck bounced away from him. And now it's picked off by the Thunderbirds. That's Gage Evans. Gets it in from Gallivan. Gallivan sends it around to the near side. Picked up by Cowan. Cowan goes cross ice, finds Wardell. It's picked off by Kratz, and now it's straight over for Cowan with a shot. And somehow he put that one wide of the net. And now it hits a Thunderbirds player. Could have been too many men on that one as he came off the bench. That's McDowell. McDowell with the puck. Goes for a little bit of a skate. Gets it in deep. Now cross ice. Looking for a pass. He was in the skates. And now it's sent down the ice by Legler. Legler gains it back into the zone. Throws it on the far side. Seibel makes another stop on that one. And the puck now down the ice. Was looking for Cowell in transition. And he's going to beat out the icing call.
Wow.
I didn't think he had a chance when that puck got by him.
Great effort to beat that out.
Now back down the ice. That's Dugwell. Knocked off the puck by Coleman. Coleman flips the puck down for Cowell. It's picked back up by Coleman. Coleman knocked it a little bit too far away from him. And now it's picked up by Russo, and he just dumps the puck in, and they'll go for a quick change.
Puck skipping on the Voodoos quite a bit here to start this period. They are not able to find the handle much at all, and thus have turned the puck over a few times.
Chance down the ice. The Thunderbirds ice it, so we'll get a stoppage here with 15:30.
And the first couple minutes of every period, Courtney, there's always a couple little pockets of the ice that are still a little bit wet from the Zamboni, and we saw that on Caleb Dawson's last shift where he was streaking down the left side, and the puck got caught in one of those little puddles, and he lost the handle, and unfortunately he had Owen Call streak into the net on the 2-on-1 and could have found him in the slot, but puck got stuck and he couldn't make the pass.
Yeah, those two like playing together too, so would have been a nice goal there if they were a good chance anyways. Dugwell sends the puck in deep. The Callaway picks it up. It's picked off though by Chestnut and thrown back in. Whitelaw was on the ice behind the play. Missed what happened to him there, but now he's able to get down the ice and dump it in on Mativier, who just leaves it there. Puck nearly knocked away by Whitelaw. Sent back in. Whitelaw battling for it. Gets it to Dubroy. Dubroy still battling for it in the corner. Whitelaw throwing his weight around, but he gets the worst end of that one. Now to Callaway from the point. He scores! Lucas to Callaway! Makes it 2-1 Powassan with his first goal here in the NOJHL.
What a way to get your first goal in the NOJHL. Lucas to Callaway with absolute snipe from the point. And that gets the Powassan Voodoos in front 2-1 here. That one, did that go bar down? Or was it posted in? Either way, beautiful shot.
Absolutely beautiful shot by DeCallaway, getting his first here with the Voodoos, first in the NOJHL. After being honored pregame as a graduating player, he's been a great defensive presence all season long, and you can just tell what it meant to his teammates, the way that they reacted when that puck went in for him.
He hasn't really been an offensive contributor much this year, but he's kind of seeing how Voodoos are struggling offensively lately, and you know what? I'm going to contribute, he says. Throws one at the net, finds a way.
Jack Nolan down the ice with some speed, lost the puck though. And now the puck to the near side. Rotundo tries to poke it back in. Puck sent back in. Nolan has it. Still battling for it. Nolan on the near side. Back to Rotundo at the point. Rotundo dumps it right back in off the end wall. It's behind Mativier. He couldn't get a hold of it though. As now Sonnendecker, or rather Atkinson, gets the puck down for Cowan. Walking in now.
Goal scored by number 2, his first of the season, Lucas DeCalloway. Assisted by number 11.
Now the puck on the far side behind the Voodoos net. Nolan picks it back up. Jack Nolan, who's been on a bit of a streak lately, looking to continue that, dumps it in. Gallivan with the puck. Going for a skate, gets it down the ice. Coleman gets it out front. What a chance there by the Thunderbirds, and they just put it wide. As now that's going to be an offside chance or call there against the Soo Thunderbirds. Jack Nolan from Pittsburgh was on the podcast earlier this year, and I'd asked him, you know, you're up here for really the first time. Have you ever tried poutine? He said no. His mom introduced herself to me last night and showed me a picture. She's like, I took this specifically for you. It's him trying poutine. So I said, so what's the verdict? She said he loved it.
And sure, he'll be poutine that in his mouth more often from here on out.
Oh.
I had to.
Oh, my goodness. Anyways, Kratz with the puck, goes far side to Coleman. Coleman dumps the puck in. Mativier just lets that tap his stick and go put it into the corner. Now the puck comes out, and the Thunderbirds dug well. Tried to twist and turn around Kratz, but he lost the handle on it. But Smith picks it up. Smith dumps it in. It's off the linesman's skate, so it didn't go as fast as he had thought it would. Now Kratz picks it up, gets it down the ice for Bradley. Bradley gains the red line, dumps it in. Bradley chases in his own dump in. Now Viscu with it. Viscu throws it across the ice, looking for Cowell. Cowell picks it up. Now he gets it back to the box. The box with the shot. And Mativier makes the save on that one. And he looked a little bit uncomfortable on that shot by DeBox.
It was a very nice shot by DeBox and kind of caught Mativier. It looked like in the midsection, and he wasn't sure if he had it or not there at first. But these 2 goals now by the Voodoos matches their output in each game against the Thunderbirds so far this year. So the next goal will be a season high in team goals against the Thunderbirds this year if they can get a third.
Well, Russo off the draw. Got it to DeBox. DeBox tried to throw it across ice, was looking for Cowell. Now it's Saginaw in the corner battling for it. Near side corner, it's one back to Russo. Russo on the half wall, still battling for it. Got it to DeBox. DeBox threw it on net. And like a good catcher there, Mativier saw that one all the way.
He framed that one too. That looked like a strike for sure.
Yeah. Went to the Russell Martin School of Framing Pitches.
That's right. No traffic in front made it easy on him there. So
20-15, the shots on goal in favor of the Powassan Voodoos. 12:23 left in the second period. They're up 2-1 after a goal by Lucas DeCalloway. Now off the draw.
Rang it off the bar and it resonated through the whole arena. That was loud and in.
Was loud.
Beautiful.
His dad is always at every game and one of the biggest cheerers here, just a couple of guys down from us.
No one happier than him to see that one find net.
Absolutely. Whitelaw with the puck. It's on the end wall here. Still battling for it. McGunthin chasing after it. It's picked off by Naveau. And now it's sent back to the blue line. DeCalloway trying his chance again. Just missed the net just wide. And now DeBox has this quick 2-on-1. Wardell into the middle. Good effort there by Dubroy on the back check, and they're going to say it's a penalty. So Caden Dubroy is going to go to the box for the second time this game. As now Seibel knocked down too, but he's looking at the Thunderbirds player and he gave him a tap saying, you okay? So no hard feelings there.
Jacob Smith, number 19 for the Thunderbirds, has kind of been in the middle of everything. He drew that penalty and ended up running into Seibel to end that play there. So yeah, Jacob Smith, I mean, this is a guy just turned 18 in December from Ottawa. He led the Thunderbirds, try that one, in scoring as a rookie last year. 29 goals, 66 points in 58 games played. He made the NOJHL first all-rookie team. Bit of a sophomore slump this year, just 18 goals and 31 points in 44 games played, but recently committed to the NCAA Division I Lake Superior State Lakers University program. So congrats to him, and hopefully he's got a long hockey career ahead of him.
Yeah, I can't complain when you're getting to go to NCAA school on a scholarship.
Especially Division I. Good for him.
Yeah. It's funny because college football is huge down there, but hockey's really starting to take off now south of the border at the NCAA schools. But the Voodoos will have to kill off some time here as Fenlon gets it. Gets it up for McCauley. Good stick there by Cowell, knocks it away. So hooking against Dubroy. As the puck is at the end wall, back to Cowan. Cowan. Back for Sonnendecker, who takes a shot. And that one's out of play as it hit the end wall. 29 seconds gone on the man advantage.
Yeah, nice defensive stick there by Rotundo in front to send that puck over the net and out of play. I think this Voodoos team, especially in the penalty kill, defend really well and just keep pucks away from Seibel.
Yeah, last year it was fun to watch a guy like Justin Russo really blossom defensively on the penalty kill, and this year take it to another level. As now the puck back into Thunderbirds territory as that puck was won so well, it went all the way down the ice. Elliott now for Atkinson. Back into Voodoos territory. Looking for some options here. Smith back at the blue line. Smith for Gallivan. Gallivan. One-time attempt. That one hit a body and they didn't quite get all of that as now the Voodoos are able to dump the puck down the ice. Mativier out to play the puck. Leaves it for Gallivan. Gallivan up the ice quickly. As here's a chance now for the Thunderbirds, but a good effort by Kratz to get back and negate that chance. Now a secondary chance off the end wall. And Seibel had to be good on that one.
Did he ever? Cover that up for the faceoff. Marcus Kratz made a nice play defensively to keep that away from him there at in any dangerous manner. Marcus Kratz just turned 20 last month, Courtney. Playing his, this is his first season in the Noge. 20 points leads Voodoos defenders, Marcus Kratz. He's just got 1 point this month though, so look for him to try and get things going here. I think his skid kind of corresponds with the entire team skidding, so if they can turn things around, look for him to be a catalyst.
Marcus Kratz, one of the more fun Voodoos players, as another outlet shot.
Showed some love on Valentine's Day to Espanola scoring against them, but no points other than that this month.
Marcus Kratz from Labrador City.
Kratz creatures.
Zabumafu. Atkinson with the puck. Sends the puck back. Kratz got a good stick in the way, and now the puck back down the ice. Gallivan chasing after it. Just 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Misa had his stick knocked by Mativier, but now the puck still back down the ice. Smith lost it to Misa. Misa gets it out of his zone. And the puck back down into Voodoos territory. Kratz gets it up for Misa. Roy out on the ice now, so we're back to 5-on-5. Viscu gets to it. Viscu tried to cut to the outside. Lost the handle on it, though. But he gets it far side to Nolan. Nolan battling forward on the far side corner. Takes a shot. That one's stopped by Mativier. And now battling for it still was Viscu, but it's picked up by the Thunderbirds. Jones McDonald out from his own zone. Down the ice, some good speed there by Dugwell. Gets it back to the blue line. Now it's back for Dugwell. Dugwell's pass is picked up by the Thunderbirds, and they're knocked down just in front of the net. There's a good chance there. Otherwise, that was Ryan Daze knocked to the ice. Puck comes out front of the Voodoos net. Nolan picks it up. Daze right on him, as now Moretta picks it up in the neutral zone. Moretta for Naveau. Back to Moretta. Now Daze takes a hit but knocks the puck back in deep. Kratz picks it up, gets it to box. Flips it over. Kratz has it. Tried to send it around for Nolan. Now it's out front. Good chance, good save by Seibel.
That could have been dangerous too with Elliott alone in the slot, but Seibel equal to the task there.
Good chance indeed. That will bring us to our mid-period break. However, with the Voodoos holding a 2-1 lead, we'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex here for the second half of period number 2 with the Voodoos up 2-1 over the Soo Thunderbirds. And just of note, we've been talking about Marcus Kratz recently. Well, his mom has made the trip all the way from Labrador City.
Hey, welcome.
And she introduced herself to me Friday night, and she said last year, she had plans to go see him play while he was in the Ottawa area, and then he broke his collarbone, so she wasn't able to see him play. So it's been almost 2 years since she got to see him play hockey. So she's here now and all excited. And
how's she liking the winter weather here in Ontario that we're getting?
You know what? She didn't seem to mind too much. I think she was just excited to be here just to see her son play some hockey. So She did say it is a bit of a trek from Labrador City, though, of course.
No doubt. No doubt.
But, yeah, no, it's great to see. And what a good weekend to come. I mean, 3 games in 2.5 days. I mean, if you want to see someone play hockey, this is the weekend to do it. He's been an absolute warrior this weekend. Blocking shots. Always, I think he's got to be a little bit black and blue after this weekend, that's for sure.
Plays better in front of mom, I'm sure.
Don't we all?
Nice to have that boost in the crowd.
Exactly. Puck loose. Voodoos try to get it out of their zone, but now they can't. Now Cowell does get it out. Saginaw up the ice. Cowell flips the far side to Russo. Russo throws it on net. Metivier with the save, but a big juicy rebound can't be collected by the Voodoos. To Callaway. Far side now. Rotundo picks it up. Rotundo skates it down the ice, lost it. Now Legler walks in. Legler looking for some options. Had it knocked away from him. Now Cowell on a partial break. Caden Cowell gets the puck down. He scores! Caden Cowell kicked it to his backhand and puts it over Metivier. That's Cowell's 19th of the season.
Getting harassed by the defender, Gage Evans, all the way down the ice, fighting off the stick. Somehow is able to keep the handle on that puck, get it to his backhand, and flick it over. Oh, and now we're going to have a goaltender change for the Thunderbirds after that third goal. So Metivier getting the yank in favor of Melinthen.
Lincoln Melinthen. He's 11-9 on the season with a .328 goals against average and .889 save percentage. I thought we might have seen him today in net anyways because Metivier played last night, and we still see him, just not in the way that we thought. McGunthin takes a sharp angle chance trying to get Melinthen right into the game early. As the Voodoos now find themselves up 3-1, and there you go, Brad. They've broken through that 2-goal ceiling.
There it is, the offensive explosion that I had predicted. I should do this more often.
Yeah. Don't ask me about parlays at the Super Bowl anymore, though.
Yeah, we didn't do that one very well.
No, we definitely did not. Not that we didn't have faith in your Eagles, but
right.
I just had more faith in some guys on the Chiefs.
Doing what they usually do in Super Bowl games, yeah.
I still wanted them to lose, but I was like, it's a lock. Come on.
Yeah.
Whitelaw. It's a different game when the refs aren't helping them, I guess. Puck
Spoken by a true bitter Bills fan.
McGunthin still battling for it. Gets it back to the blue line, though. But instead is picked off by the Thunderbirds. Now Dugwell the other way. Dugwell, sharp angle chance, takes a shot. That one's stopped by Seibel. And now the puck down the ice and off the roof. And we'll get a stoppage here. Last thing I'll say about the Super Bowl, I swear, is that for early pass interference call. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
The Eagles have no chance now.
The ref getting started early, but then they made a made-up call. It's a pretty bad one there that the Eagles were in favor of later on. So, yeah, it was actually a pretty evenly called game, I think, which benefits the better team when that's the case.
Yeah.
Which the Eagles clearly were.
Well, that was the nice thing. I was going to say that about the Four Nations game. Being like, wow, look at how nice it is when the referees don't play a factor in a game, but they didn't play a factor in the Super Bowl.
Just let the boys play.
Exactly. Four Nations. What a fun time that was, too.
Man, that's done a lot for hockey south of the border, too, I think.
Yeah. Well, there's so many people down there that are huge hockey fans now out of nowhere.
Yep.
Looking for McGunthin on the stretch pass. It's out of his skates, though. And we'll get the Thunderbirds back in possession. Now Cowan with it. Going cross ice. It's picked up by the Thunderbirds. Another save there by Seibel. And he's looked rock solid in net so far for Powassan.
Has he ever? 19 shots he's faced thus far, about 6 minutes to go in the second period, 18 saves. He hasn't really given up many rebounds that we've seen tonight. He's looked, like you said, rock solid, controlling the puck, controlling his rebounds, and letting his defenders kind of do the rest of the work.
Off the draw, the Thunderbirds have possession in Voodoos territory. And the puck still by the Thunderbirds. Daze tried to spin and get the puck on net, but it was blocked by Powassan. Now Nolan out of his own zone. Lost it to Evans, though. And a good stick by Call sends the puck in deep. Dawson tried to glove it down, but the puck still all the way back down in Voodoos territory. Rotundo will get there first, so a nice and call here. An offensive zone draw for the Voodoos.
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation where you don't necessarily want to sit back on your heels and just play defense. You still got to attack at times, but when you've got a 2-goal lead on these guys, when you know it's a team that's pretty similarly built to you, you know you can probably play a little bit smarter defensively and just kind of ride this 2-goal lead into the third.
Well, 5:47 left separates them from that intermission. Now Rotundo throws it on net. Melinthen makes the stop. Now it's up to the ice for the Thunderbirds. As Jones McDonald takes another shot, Seibel kicks the puck out, but no one was there from the Thunderbirds to knock it back towards the net, as that was a juicy rebound too.
Great back checking by the Voodoos to not allow that trailer to pick up that rebound though.
Dawson's pass up for Nolan. He does get to it eventually, although a little bit too far ahead for him to make anything happen out of it. Now Atkinson with another chance. That one's another stop there by Seibel, as it looked like it got him up high, and the puck does go to play.
Well, that shot looked like it might have had eyes. Aiden Atkinson for the Thunderbirds, 10 goals, 25 assists, 35 points in 41 games played. He's not a large guy, 5'10", just 155 pounds, but he's quick and he sees the ice so well. He's a heck of a playmaker, and for a rookie to be scoring at almost a points per game pace, Courtney, that's pretty impressive.
It is indeed.
Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario native playing in his hometown.
And you can't complain when you get to play junior A hockey in your own hometown.
He just turned 17 a few weeks ago on the 31st of January. Celebrated the very next day by earning 2 assists in a 6-2 win over the rival Sioux Eagles.
It's a pretty good birthday present.
I would think so.
McKillop with the puck in his own zone. Sends it around. Misa picks it up. Still has it. Puck bouncing all around on him though. He gets it down the ice just out of the reach of Bradley. Now Gallivan has it. Declan Gallivan lost it. Misa walking in, leaves the puck now for Viscu with a shot. That one hit a body and went wide. It bounced out front for Bradley, but it was in his feet. And now the Thunderbirds back on the attack.
Nasty bounce off his stick there, and then he got bounced to the ice by defender James McDowell.
Viscu from his own zone, showing off some hands here as he's able to get in deep, and then the Thunderbirds finally do knock it away from him. Now DeCallaway takes a shot. Mellenthin with the save. Puck back to Cowell. Cowell's on hat-trick watch. And after scoring 2 goals here today, another chance from the outside. And Cowell makes another stop. Now to Callaway. Dumps it back in. Bradley picks it up behind the net. Cowell looking after it too. But it's picked up now for Dugwell. Dugwell gains the red line, dumps it in to box. Leaves it for DeCallaway. DeCallaway up the ice, gets it to Cowell, who just gets a piece of it, so there's no icing, and it's dumped in. Now Mellenthin out to play it. Puck on the far side. Russo throws a hit, but the puck now comes near side. Russo gets to it. Russo back for Kratz. Leaves it for Cowell. Cowell knocked off the puck, and Moretta gets to it. Moretta tried to dump it in. Kratz got to it, but it's kept in now by Moretta. Sent him behind the net. Smith picks it up. Back for Moretta. Moretta sends it in. Russo chasing after it. Picked up by the Thunderbirds though. That's Jones McDonald. Throw it to the near side. And now Saginaw gets to it for Cowell. Cowell. Nice pass out front, just out of the reach of Russo, or else he would have had Russo in all alone. Cowell lets it go back to the blue line for Coleman. Coleman took a shot. It's blocked. And Kratz picks it up. Kratz dumps it in. Moretta with it. Sends it back down through the neutral zone. And now sent back in for Jones McDonald. Sends it around to the near side. Picked up by the Thunderbirds. 2:30 left here in the second period. Chance from the point. Kicked aside by Seibel. Rebound sitting there. And into the corner.
Ryan Daze almost tipped that through Seibel's 5-hole. It was a nice tip, but Seibel was composed enough to get a pad on that one.
Chestnut with the puck. Gets it up for Cowan. Looks for Daze. And he just pokes it in deep. Cowan with it. Back for Daze. Daze sends it back to the point. Sent back in deep. Near side now, Whitelaw. Tries to box his man out. He's taken to the ice. Still battling along the sidewall, but they're going to call that one on the hand pass by Daze. So we'll get a stoppage here with 1:52 left on the clock.
Coming into this game, we knew the Voodoos were going to have to contain Jonathan Sonnedecker. He's the leading scorer for the Thunderbirds this year. He's got 21 goals. He actually had a hat trick a week ago against the, it was a natural hat trick in the first 7.5 minutes in a win against the Cubs a week ago. So he's been hot lately, and so have the Thunderbirds. So they knew they were going to have to contain him, and they have. Sonnedecker, we haven't really seen much of him at all tonight.
No, barely heard his name so far compared to last night when Matt Sukram was calling the game.
Exactly.
Now the puck comes out. Thunderbirds get it down the ice. Rotundo picks it up though. Rotundo Over some option, plays it around behind his net. McKillop has it. McKillop down the ice. It's dumped back over the red line. Now Dubroy is going to be well offside as he went to go for a poke. And Whitelaw played it offside with 1:25 left in the second period.
And Whitelaw knew that was about to get whistled down, but I think he would rather take the whistle than risk the puck going back down behind him with his forward counterpart caught in the offensive zone so deeply.
Well, and maybe, hey, you might get the benefit of a missed call too, maybe.
Never know.
As it was close. Now we have the call. Dawson and Nolan line out here with 1:25 left on the clock. Looking in on the draw against Atkinson. And it's one by call, but it's picked up by Gallivan. Gallivan walked in. That one's offside.
Smith offside on the right wing side, coming in far side there.
And that's just one of those situations as a player you don't want to make, but we'll get another offside call, as you just mentioned, with 1:18 left here in the second period.
Thunderbirds just got to be a little bit more disciplined with their zone entry, make sure everyone's on the same page here as they try and attack 2 goals down.
Rotundo battling on the far or on the near side corner. Comes around. Jones McDonald tries to get it out front, and his wraparound attempt just went right through the blue crease. Far side now. Dawson picks it up. Dawson dumping it down the ice, and now we have a bit of foot race, but Mellenthin out to play it, as that one was close to being banked in off a Voodoo player.
That could have been dangerous. Dawson put it right on net, and Mellenthin had to come out and play that, because the first man down on the forecheck was a Voodoo.
Good stick there by Dawson, knocks the puck away from Smith, but the Thunderbirds collect it once again. Seibel out to play it, missed him though now as Rotundo gets to it. Rotundo flipping it down the ice. I don't know where he was looking, as it was right to the Thunderbirds with 30 seconds left.
Seems like the Voodoos are content to just keep dumping it down and kill this period.
Sonnendecker got it out front. McKillop gets to it, and he just dumps it right back down.
Yeah.
Chestnut with it. 20 seconds on the clock. Moretta walks in. Moretta on the near side, goes around the perimeter. Now he's on the far side, dumps it back behind the net. It's picked up by the Thunderbirds. And is now still battling for it behind the net. That's Wardell in there. And that'll kill off what time we had left on the clock, as the Voodoos are going to take a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes of play into the second intermission. Brad, once again, before we go to breaks, your final thoughts on that period?
Well, that's exactly what you want to see coming out of the first intermission. The Voodoos scored 2. They didn't allow any. They've taken a 2-goal lead going into the final 20, and they still have the shots lead. Looks like they're controlling this game, Courtney.
Looks like they are indeed, but of course the final 20 minutes stands between Powassan and snapping a 7-game losing streak, but we'll see what happens after this intermission. He's Brad, I'm Courtney. We'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Canadian Tire North Bay. Whether you're in need of a hockey gear upgrade or some cooking kitchenware to help get you fueled up for the big game. Maybe it's a set of new snow tires or a tune-up to help you get there safely. Stop by the newly renovated Canadian Tire North Bay. Open 7 days a week and located conveniently at 890 McEwen Avenue. They have everything you need for this season. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for period number 3 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Soo Thunderbirds. The Voodoos currently lead 3-1 after some goals in that second period by Lucas DeCallaway and Caden Cowell. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Brad Brooks. And Brad, we are part of a busy slate here of the NOJHL on a Sunday. Why don't you tell us what's going on around the league?
Yeah, the Sunday matinee is a bit of a theme today around the league. We've also got a couple more games. The Iroquois Falls Storm came back in the third to tie it against Timmins in Timmins and then won it in overtime. So they won 4-3. There'll be 2 points back of a playoff spot now after today. And then the Hearst Lumberjacks up 4-1 after 2 periods in Kirkland Lake right now.
Busy schedule, and you can't complain too much about 2 o'clock games on a Sunday, Brad.
You absolutely cannot. This is great. We're sprite, we're light-footed, we're feeling great. The struggles of the day haven't affected us too much yet.
No. And the nice thing about this time of year is that the sun actually stays up till like 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And
clocks go forward soon. Things are looking up, my friend.
Things are looking up. We're getting to the end of the grind here.
Oh, yeah.
And also, the best part about this time of year is just around the corner. Playoff hockey.
Playoff hockey. And football's done, but you know what else is starting up right now? We got baseball. We got spring training. The Blue Jays in action there the past couple days. So, man.
Who are these Blue Jays you talk about? Oh, you mean the losers that won't re-sign Vlad Guerrero Jr.?
Those guys. Trying for all the money in the world at Ohtani and Soto.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure if the 3-2 count comes back, we'll have some nice things to say, I'm sure. But anyways, yes, baseball is indeed back. Can't complain with that either.
I'm excited for the 3-2 count to start back up now that the final NFLA episode has aired for the season 2 of the NFLA.
Yeah, but
the Super Bowl episode is out. Check it out on Frontline.
A little birdie tells me, though, there's a bit of a new twist coming to the NFLA soon, so we're doing some stuff through the offseason. Am I allowed to say that? Sorry. I'm sorry, Brad.
I mean, if you're just going to go ahead and announce it and just let the cat out of the bag, yeah, we're going to have some new stuff. We won't get into details here, though. We got a game to call.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Silly Eagles fans. As we're back underway here, the Thunderbirds take a sharp angle chance. That one's off the side of the net and turned away. Now the Voodoos send it right back in. Mellenthin gets his first touch here as Cowell sends it in. The Thunderbirds in their road navy blue jerseys are going left to right this frame. The Voodoos in their home whites are going right to left as Kratz gets the puck in behind his own net. Kratz looking for Coleman. Couldn't quite get it. And it's still kept in by Legler. Now it's in deep. Thunderbirds with it. Back to Fenlon. Fenlon going cross ice. Another chance. That one stopped by Seibel, who's been great so far in net for the Voodoos. Puck all the way down the Thunderbirds territory. Almost knocked in on net. Dubroy with a chance. And he puts his hand on his head as Mellenthin absolutely robbed him.
Again, the ice a little sticky as the period starts there from the Zamboni, and a puck just kind of finds Dubroy in the slot and backhander on net. But Ellington, what a great glove save to keep it at a 2-goal deficit. Wow, because that could have been game over.
We've been treated to some great saves this season at the Sportsplex.
Have we ever?
And that's one of them for sure. As now the Voodoos have possession in their own zone. Nolan up the ice for call. Call for Dawson. Dawson looking to get around his man. Couldn't quite get to the net. Sends it out front. It's picked off by the Thunderbirds. And the Sioux back on the attack the other way. That's Atkinson. Atkinson stopping up. Gets the puck in deep. Comes around for Coleman. Coleman for Kratz. Now it's picked up by Nolan. Nolan through the neutral zone. Tried to get it past his man. It's picked up, though, by the Thunderbirds. And going for a skate around. Now it's picked up by Seibel, and Viscu picks it up out in front of his net. DeBox having the puck in his own zone. Flips the puck down the ice. Is past Bradley and sent back by the Thunderbirds by Smith. Sent in again to Callaway. Got it to Misa, and now it's back into the half wall for DeCallaway. DeCallaway still battling for it. Misa got to it. Bradley off his stick, though, and sent right back into Voodoo's territory. Powassan having troubles getting out of their own zone now, and Seibel has the puck roll in on him. He's just going to cover things up here and settle things down.
Yeah, to echo what you just said, similar start to the second period for the Voodoos here to start the third. Those breakout passes coming out of their own zone just aren't connecting, and they're turning it over in the neutral zone, which has led to a couple early chances for the Thunderbirds on Seibel, who so far has been equal to the task. So
17:26 is the time here at puck drop. And Rotundo off the draw. Gets it up for Cowell. Cowell for Russo. Russo throws across ice for Saginaw. Saginaw flips it in, chases after it. He's boxed out by Naveau. And now it's picked up by Chestnut. Only briefly, though, as the puck's still behind the net. Now the Thunderbirds with it. Down the ice. Walking in. Fenlon, or Leglers, takes the shot. That one rolled off the side of Seibel's net. And it's picked back up. McKillop along with Russo. Russo lost it, though, and it's picked up by the Thunderbirds behind Seibel's net. Now McKillop tried to get a hold of it. Puck still bouncing around in that corner. Comes back out. And the Voodoos pick it up with McKillop. McKillop throws it to the far side for Rotundo. Legler's right there. Rotundo twisting and turning to get away from him. Now McKillop with it. McKillop looking for his options. Stops up. Leaves it for Coleman. Coleman had it knocked off his stick. Finally gets it out of his zone. And the Voodoos chip it off the glass and down. Now it's back in. Picked up by Kratz. Kratz for Coleman. Now to Dubroy. Dubroy chasing after it. But now it's on the far side and out of the zone. And Whitelaw has to corral it in the neutral zone. Whitelaw dumps it right back in. And they're going to call that one icing against Powassan. So we'll get a draw here with 15:50 left in the Voodoo zone.
Voodoos are doing a fantastic job defensively of limiting those rush chances. The Thunderbirds are trying to spring a couple guys there. Almost had a breakaway, but McGunthan was able to edge the Thunderbirds forward off the puck, and Kratz picked it up and kept the puck away from Seibel. So defensively, I mean, they're just not allowing anything in the middle of the ice, and that's a good recipe for success. Courtney.
Off the draw. It's going to be redone here. And yeah, the Voodoos have been great defensively all year long. It's just the goal scoring's been suspect here and there, but then the team on this bit of a losing skid have not seen the goal scoring go their way and have allowed more goals as well.
Yeah, the defensive aspects have gotten away from them, giving up 8 to the Blind River Beavers a few games ago. So.
Same with the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
And the Voodoos do get the puck down the ice. It's going to roll just past Mellenthin's net, and it did have legs for icing. It looked like it was going to slow down, but it never did.
Well, I think the Voodoos would be content to just play this style of hockey. Through about 45 minutes here, we've seen them pretty much content to dump the puck, kill the clock, get a lead, and that's what you want to do. You want to just make the clock the enemy of the Thunderbirds. Doing a good job of it so far.
15:33 left as we're 4.5 minutes into this third period. 3-1 Voodoos lead. Shots on goal 29-24 in favor of the Voodoos as well. Puck back to the blue line off the draw for the Sioux. And now a late hit behind the play by Whitelaw. And the puck gets to the blue line, but McDowell keeps it in. Now McGunthin. Got it out. Moretta plays it far side. Now near side to Legler. Legler leaves it for McDowell. McDowell took a shot. His stick blew up on him.
Oh.
What a time for that to happen. And the Voodoos go back on the counterattack.
He's about to have a nice open shot on net there, too.
Whitelaw fanned on his chance. Now it's Sonnendecker going the other way. He lost his handle of the puck. And now he has to recollect it back by his blue line. Now Legler with it. Throws it right back in. Gallivan picks it up. Gallivan. On the near side for Chestnut. Back for Gallivan. It's out of his reach, though. And the puck bouncing down the ice. Call picks it up for Callaway. Callaway to DeBox. DeBox now. Up for Nolan. Nolan tried to get a shot through traffic, but instead it was picked off. And Dawson's just going to be able to get it back in deep. Gallivan behind his net. Picks it up. Dawson nearly got a good chance there off Gallivan. Now Dawson picks it up in the neutral zone. Dawson flipping it down the ice. It's picked up by Chestnut. Chestnut knocking it in. Callaway picks it up in the near side corner. Callaway, his pass, it took a weird bounce off the net and never reached its intended target. Now DeBox has it again. Out for Viscu. Viscu with some speed through the neutral zone. Daniel Viscu walks in, takes a shot. That one hit a stick and went wide.
Gage Evans made a nice play on defense to stop Viscu's shot there for sure. That one was labeled.
Now the puck all the way down the ice for icing. It does hit McDowell's stick, so stopped it up, but it still goes for icing. It makes you wonder if maybe it shouldn't have gone for icing since McDowell, quote-unquote, beat it out.
And we have talked about the Voodoos playing strong defense. How does that start? Well, it starts with a strong forecheck, Courtney. We've seen so far this period, Voodoos are very strong in the offensive zone, just stopping the Thunderbirds from breaking out in numbers. So we can keep that going over the last 13 minutes here. We're going to walk away with the Voodoos win for the first time in 8 games.
Battling on the far side, half wall in Thunderbirds territory. It's kept in. No. Rotundo, I thought he had kept it in, but instead it just hopped over the blue line and is sent back in. Mellenthin plays it. Nearly given away, though, by the Thunderbirds. Now Jones McDonald in the neutral zone. Down the ice, Atkinson chasing after it. He has Rotundo right there. And Rotundo plays the body, and the puck sits there. Now it's out front. Good chance, and that one just whistled wide of the net. As the Thunderbirds coming close there. Now another chance. Stopped by Seibel, and he's going to cover up. We're just under 7 minutes gone here in this third period.
What a beautiful play. Atkinson behind the net was able to dig that puck out, find Cowell in the slot, and Cowell just missed the far side, but that would have brought the game to within 1 goal. And the Voodoos are counting their blessings that one didn't find the net, because that was a great play.
Offensive zone draw now for the Thunderbirds against Justin Russo. And the Thunderbirds won it. The Voodoos get it back to the blue line, though, but it's kept in. Another chance. Thrown to the middle of the ice. And Cowan gets to it. Cowan back for Saginaw. Dumps it down the ice off the glass. And the Thunderbirds have it in the neutral zone again. Atkinson for Daze. Daze lost it to Cowell, who's on hat-trick watch. Cowell with the puck. Creates some space for himself. And now he goes for a skate. Through the neutral zone, got it to Saginaw, who dumps it in deep. Russo chasing after it. Saginaw and Russo right there together. Now it's to the far side for Smith. Smith tried to dump it out. He does, but Cowell got to it right away and dumped it right back in. Now Mellenthin leaving it for his man. Naveau with the puck. Got it down the ice, looking for Schoendecker. Schoendecker into the corner. Going around behind the Voodoos net to Callaway. Knocks him off the puck. And the puck is now stuck there, but Callaway comes away with it. To Callaway for Coleman. Coleman gains the red line, dumps it in cross ice, and Whitelaw chases after it. Now McDowell with it. His pass out of the zone is picked off by the Voodoos, but they can't keep it in very long. As it's dumped right back in. Dubroy picks it up, tips it off the glass behind the net, and McDowell picks it up. McDowell down the ice, good play by McKillop, or else that would have been a stretch pass for Legler.
Great read to pick that, McKillop.
Now McGunthin on the near side takes a shot. That one's covered up by Mellenthin. I don't think it actually hit him. It just dropped in front of him off a body.
Could have been dangerous, so it took a strange balance off his skate, but he was smart to cover that up. Lincoln Mellenthin has been perfect since coming into this game in relief of Noah Metivier, the American import. 11-9 this year, 328 goals against, and an 889 save percentage. This guy, he turns 20 next month. He's only played one game this month. It was a loss to the Blind River Beavers a week ago on the 16th, so he's looking to get into a little bit more game action here as we approach the playoffs.
One thing I noticed last night is with Metivier too, both times the Thunderbirds have had a backup goalie, they've been sitting in the away penalty box to give themselves some more space. And last night Mellenthin was sitting in there, and Pour Some Sugar on Me came on, and you could see him bopping his head along and tapping along with his blocker. You can only imagine that he was singing along to the infamous song.
Bit of a tight bench over there, but if you can have some penalty box room to get your dance on, why wouldn't you?
Big Def Leppard fan, Lincoln Mellenthin, confirmed.
Confirmed.
Puck on the near side wall, trying to come away with it, but it's back to Gallivan, who goes cross ice. Chestnut with a shot, and Seibel makes the save.
Great kick save. Send his team back up the ice.
Nolan battling for it. He's rubbed off the puck though, and Gallivan picks it back up. Chestnut going the other way. Now a good stick by Dawson through the neutral zone is now Nolan mixing things up a little bit on the far side.
Dumped Hardley Wardell coming into the zone there, and they'll exchange a few words as they get off. No penalties though.
No, this is not the time to take a penalty for either team.
No, definitely not.
But it was a good stick by Dawson through the air to try and bat it away from Dugwell, and it was knocked out of play because of it.
Dawson's had some chances this game. It'd be nice to see him keep that goal streak going for a third straight game, to see him hit the score sheet. You have to figure that in the next, well, we're halfway through the third, maybe in the next 8 or so minutes, we'll see the Thunderbirds pull their goalie.
Well,
maybe Dawson gets his chance then.
Maybe. Dawson has looked pretty good this weekend for sure. And he's looked good throughout the first bit of this game too, being robbed a couple of times by Metivier.
Oh yeah.
Now Viscu with some speed gains the zone, lost the puck though, as now Bradley chasing back after it down the other way, but Cowan gets to it first. Cowan for Evans. Evans with a shot, Seibel with another save, as Viscu sends it around behind his net to Coleman. Coleman battling for it. It's going to come to the blue line, and Bradley will get to it before he sends it cross ice for Kratz. Kratz pass to Misa on the near side is picked off. Now Schoendecker back in. Back out front. Good chance for Leglers, and that one whistled wide. And now we will get a penalty here, as I believe it's going against Powassan for high sticking. Gut check time.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that is the last thing you want in the last 9 minutes here of the third period when you're nursing a 2-goal lead. This is the most dangerous lead in hockey. We know that as Leaf fans, right? So,
what are you talking about? I haven't talked to my therapist at all about that ever. Hey, it's Heath Bradley in the box. And the Voodoos have looked really good on the penalty kill so far, though, Brad.
They actually have, and so you gotta look. You gotta look for that to continue, and no signs of it not continuing.
Russo wins the draw, gets it to Cowell. Now Cowell with some speed through the neutral zone. Cowell does have Gallivan on him, and Gallivan does eventually pick it up as Cowell got it all the way in deep to Thunderbirds territory, killing some valuable time. Now from his own zone, the Thunderbirds come. Now Legler with it. Legler on the near side. Back to Fenlon. Fenlon at the blue line takes a shot. That one was tipped by Legler and wide. Gallivan picking it up. Cowell all over him, but he keeps it in. Now it's to Fenlon in the middle of the ice. Fenlon near side for Legler. Back to Fenlon. Far side to Gallivan. Pitch and catch with Fenlon. Takes a shot. Seibel another save as he's faced 28 shots now.
Beautiful kick save to send that one to the corner by Seibel.
Legler couldn't quite keep the line. Now as Russo gets past Fenlon. Fenlon, Russo to Cowell. Cowell out front was looking for Russo, and that's picked up by the Thunderbirds as the Thunderbirds quickly go back down the ice. Atkinson for Jones McDonald. For Rotundo, less than a minute on the man advantage now. Back for Naveau to Fenlon. Fenlon back in deep for Atkinson. Back to the point for Fenlon. Fenlon with a shot. Seibel, another save. And now Russo gets to it. Russo couldn't quite get a hold of it, though. And Fenlon gets it. Now Rotundo trying to box his man out. Decides to jam the puck right up against the wall. Cowell in there for support, along with Rotundo. Thunderbirds chipping away at it. 25 seconds left, and the referees are just going to blow it dead.
Legler trying to dig at it there in the Voodoo skate. He's been out there for the full power play so
He
far.
has.
He's dangerous. He tipped that one just wide. That's the guy who has, I think, what am I looking at here? 29. He's got 29 assists to lead the team so far this year. But he almost had a goal on that beautiful tip that went just wide. It would have been his 10th of the year. We'll look out for Legler. We haven't seen much of him this game, but he looked dangerous on that last power play.
38 points on the year, and like you said, 29 of them are assists. 28 seconds left on the man advantage, and now the puck off the draw. Teed up and goes well high and wide of the net. Now Naveau with it. Back in for Schonendecker. Schonendecker walks around, takes a shot. Seibel, the great glove save there with 11 seconds left on the penalty kill. 7:51 left in the third period.
Schonendecker got all of that one as he wheeled into the slot and fired a wrister on net. But Seibel just made quick work of that one, snared it with the glove. That made it, he actually made it look easy. So we'll have a draw to his left. 7:50 to go, 11 seconds left on this power play. And like you said, the Voodoo is looking to stay perfect on the penalty kill this game. 11 seconds from doing that.
Seibel's been a very calming presence this game, as evidenced by this. As now Dubroy off the draw, looking to go for...
Lost the puck in his feet.
Yeah, it would have been a nice pass right there for Dubroy. The Phoenix, as they call it, against a team whose logo looks like a phoenix.
Back to full strength here. Great kill by the Voodoos.
McDowell with the puck in his own zone for Moretta. Moretta lost it in the referee's feet. Still twisting and turning in his own zone. Battling for it again. Moretta. He's knocked down. Whitelaw gets to it, sends it cross ice, and it's picked up by the Thunderbirds. Daze with the puck. Daze sends it cross ice, and it's picked off and out of the zone. So now the Thunderbirds had to tag up. Fenlon leaves it for Coleman. Coleman dumps the puck in deep, and it's picked up by Mellenthin. Mellenthin behind his net, plays it. Dugwell. And it's quickly back down the ice, but the Voodoos get a hold of it. Now McGunthin into Thunderbirds territory. McGunthin tried to pass it back, but is picked off on the skates of a Thunderbirds player. Dugwell with it. Going for a skate. Up for Schonendecker. Schonendecker dumps it in. It's back for Kratz. Schonendecker with another shot. That one's blocked aside by Seibel. Another chance, another save for the goaltender, and now the rebound comes out front, but the Voodoos clear it away.
Two great shots and saves on that sequence by Seibel.
Another chance, couple of rebounds, turned aside by Seibel again.
Make it three, four.
And that one just goes wide of the net, as now the Thunderbirds throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the goaltender.
Absolutely. They've now taken the lead in shots. Courtney's 34-29 shots for the Thunderbirds now.
Schonendecker lost it. Now it's picked up by Misa. Misa still battling for it in the far side corner. Trying to get it knocked loose. As now it's blown dead.
We still need our mid-period break here. The Voodoos are looking for a face-off to recover.
Well, it looks like we're going to get it right here, as if you knew what was coming, Brad.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah, looks like you know what you're doing here. So with that being said, we'll throw things to a quick break, and we'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. And, well, Lincoln Mellenthin hasn't really been tested too much since coming into the game. He has been perfect for the Thunderbirds, whereas Austin Seibel has been rock solid in net so far for the Voodoos to this point of the game, as the Voodoos nurse a 3-1 lead with just under 6 minutes to go, Brad.
I think you're probably safe to at least make the argument that this is Austin Seibel's, at least one of his best games of the year so far. 33 saves has held the pretty potent Thunderbirds offense to just one goal thus far.
Yeah, he's looked great. Wilcox getting back-to-back starts to start this weekend. And Seibel coming in here on day 3 in a game that the Voodoos pretty much are desperate to win.
It's not really a must-win, but it's a must-win for morale purposes.
It's
right?
it's as much a must-win as there can be in the regular season.
And with Iroquois Falls winning today and getting closer to a playoff spot, Voodoos need to keep pace or stay ahead. So try and catch the Thunderbirds for 6th, actually.
Gallivan nearly got a hold of it, but he didn't as he fell to the ice. So we'll get a stoppage here, and it's icing against Powassan with 5:33 on the clock.
5:33 from a win. These Voodoos are, and with a win, that will give them their 21st of the year. 47 points. It would put them 4 back of these Thunderbirds for 6th in the NOJHL standings.
Only a few home games after this one. The Voodoos will be home next Friday, and we'll have the broadcast for you here on Flow Hockey in the
final day of February.
Yeah. Last year was a leap year. This year is not. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with to let February go.
Yeah.
Whitelaw.
January lasted about 94 days.
Whitelaw went to go and pin the puck up against the boards right away, but the referee's having none of that, as he was just trying to kill some time, so they quickly blow it down. Yeah, we're in the dog days of winter right now, and March things start to happen again, so I'm okay with that.
Snow starts melting, weather gets warmer. Oh, it's just great.
Although, to be fair, it is pretty nice out there today. And we're inside watching hockey.
A little taste of spring outside today for sure, but
yeah,
rather be in here watching a Voodoo's potential victory.
Me too. Canadians are wild. We'd rather go inside where it's cold on a cold winter day.
Definitely colder in here than it is outside today.
Yeah.
A little taste of spring today.
Puck one off the draw by the Thunderbirds. Now it's picked back up in the slot by the Sioux, but quickly knocked down the ice by Whitelaw and McGunthin. Whitelaw chasing after it. It's picked up by Gallivan. Gallivan on the far side, dumps it towards the middle of the ice, and Callaway got to it.
Nice play by Callaway, last man back to clear that out.
Now the puck back through the neutral zone to Callaway, trying to will it forward. Dubroy picks it back up, and he dumps it down into Thunderbirds territory. 4:50 on the clock.
Did I say Callaway or DeCallaway? Sorry, DeCallaway is what I meant.
That's another shot, another save by Seibel, kicked away. You just got golf on the mind.
I think so.
You know, in order to get out of the winter blues, head on over to the clubhouse North Bay. Get some indoor golf going.
It's great. It's a lot of fun there. It's great. Got some nice food options.
It's like they sponsor us or something.
I think they do.
Puck down the ice. It is a fun place though.
Yeah.
Now down the ice, right back in. Dugwell tried to get it, but Rotundo picks it up. Rotundo for Dawson. Dawson twisting and turning. Leaves it for Rotundo and is sent back in for McKillop. McKillop behind his own net. Under 4 minutes to go here. 3-1 Voodoos lead. McKillop didn't like what he saw, so he turns around. Now Legler's chasing after him. Picked up by Kratz. Kratz twisting and turning, still behind his net, as he's just content to keep twisting around behind his net into the corner. McKillop looking down the ice, banks it off the glass, and now Cowell chasing after, or Bradley chasing after it rather. Gets it in deep. Misa with the puck. Up for Viscu. Viscu leaves it in the corner. Now it's back for Viscu at the half wall. Dumps it in. Misa kicks it right back. Puck still in the corner. And it's for Coleman. Coleman throws it towards the front of the net, and that one just went wide of Mellington's net. Now back down the ice. Kratz gets it to Viscu. Viscu sends it back down the ice. Bradley gets to it, and he dumps it in and goes off for a change. Puck in Thunderbirds territory as the Sioux bring it down the ice to Smith. Smith with the puck in Voodoo's territory. Leaves it for McDowell. Now the puck once again in for Elliott, as now the puck is pinned against the boards. Russo gets it for Saginaw. Saginaw dumping it down the ice off the boards. McDowell chasing after it as the goaltender Mellington is on the bench, so we have an extra attacker. Smith goes around, tries to get around to Callaway, and now Schonendecker gets to it. Schonendecker looking for his options, goes cross ice, finds Dugwell. Dugwell looking for some chances out front, couldn't find anything. 2:10 on the clock here, 3-1 Voodoos lead. McDowell for Dugwell. Dugwell has the puck knocked off his stick. Cowell down the ice. There's the hat trick for Caden Cowell as he reaches 20 goals on the season.
Great dump in from half, finds the back of the net. Cowell gets the hat trick, like you said, 20th of the year. And with the netting here, the fans can't throw their hats onto the ice, but I'm sure a lot of them would love to. Caden Cowell sending the Voodoos fans home happy. And the Powassan Voodoos are going to finally break that losing streak.
Second hat trick we've seen at the Sportsplex this week, as Bronson Babiak of the Hearst Lumberjacks got one here Friday night. Now Caden Cowell making the hometown fans more happy as he completes the hat trick with an empty net goal here.
Absolutely.
And ties Dubroy with the team lead of 20. Now Dubroy dumping the puck back down the ice, and that's going to go for no icing, they say, as Gallivan picks it up. Gallivan. Lucas DeCallaway around the end wall for Whitelaw. It bounces out. Back in for Cowan. Cowan dumping it right back in. Whitelaw gets to it, but there's going to be a call there on the offside.
Well, how about this defensive, well, sorry, not so much defensive, they've given up 35 shots, but how about this goaltending clinic that Austin Seibel's put on tonight for the Voodoos to, you know what, if we're having trouble scoring, can't win games with our offense, how about I just win us a game in net?
Can't complain with that effort at all. As of right now, 34 saves on the game, and he's been absolutely everything the Powassan Voodoos have needed and more in this one. As the puck off the draw, dumped back down to the Soo Thunderbirds then. Gallivan with it. Now it's out for Dawson. Dawson throws it towards the net, and that one just whistled wide of Mellenthin.
That was actually a gorgeous little pass. He was trying to find Call down low, who would have had a little open net backhand, but couldn't find the handle. Not that they need another goal at this point, but why wouldn't you?
Keep the feel-good times going.
That's it. Everyone get on the score sheet.
Call in for the draw. Lined up against McCauley. Call and McCauley. And the Thunderbirds win the draw. Down the ice, Rotundo picks it up though in the neutral zone. Gets it back down the ice and is picked up by Chestnut. Have to see if they're going to pull Mellenthin again perhaps, but at 4-1, chances are a little less likely. Now Call picks it up in his own zone.
Although Mellenthin is looking to his bench to see, but still in net. Minute to go.
Chestnut on the near side, dumps it in. It's picked off by McKillop and is sent down the ice. Mellenthin had to be careful on that one as it dumped all the way down and hit him in the pads.
And then had to come out and play it because the sprinting Caleb Dawson was coming down on him.
Dawson with the puck right there, dumps it to the middle of the ice. Tried to feed the pass over for Nolan to Call. And instead now it's Legler with it. Out front, another chance, but that's a big block by DeBox. Back for Nolan. Another chance now for the Thunderbirds here late. 20 seconds left, Legler with the shot. And that one's stopped by Seibel.
Right into the midsection of Seibel, who just absorbs it.
20.4 seconds. 4-1 Voodoos lead.
None of the fans going anywhere, Courtney. They are starved for a win, and they're about to see one.
A lot of things are remedied by a win.
Absolutely. Essentially cements a playoff spot here with this victory, too.
Wrapped around. 10 seconds on the clock. Bradley to it. Gets it out. And that should do it for the first time in February. And the first time in 8 games, the Voodoos are going to skate away with a victory here as Seibel blocks one more. And like a weight, a ton of bricks lifted off their shoulders. The Voodoos can celebrate their first win of the month to a loud applause here at the Sportsplex. And man, what an effort was that by Powassan to break out of that long losing skid.
Absolutely. Powassan Voodoos victorious here today to get the monkey off their back. And pretty much, I mean, it started slow. They gave up a goal in the first minute and a half there, but 58 and a half minutes of perfect hockey after that, Courtney.
4 unanswered goals by Powassan, 4-1 lead. Their first win against the Thunderbirds here this year. As the Voodoos salute the crowd. And the fans very happy with that one here, including some broadcasters, I would have to say.
What's not to like about that one?
And we'll just have to see if they stick around for some 3 stars action here before we go to break. But, man, what an effort by Powassan to finish things off.
Well, and you could have let that get away from you too, right? You come in on a 7-game losing streak. You give up the first goal early. Pretty easy for things to spiral out of control, but they stayed composed. They got back on the board in the first period and rode the wave momentum from there on.
Lucas DeCalloway and Austin Seibel, the 3 stars, and Caden Cowell, rightfully so, the first star of the game as well after he gets a hat trick. And Brad, that'll pretty much do things here for us. Your final thoughts before we wrap this one up with a nice little bow.
Well, you're welcome, Powassan. I haven't worked a game in a while, and obviously Brad Brooks coming in and doing the color commentary is the good luck charm he needed. So, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to take any credit for that. The Powassan Voodoos played a very strong game, and that's exactly what you want going into the final game of the month next Friday.
Yeah, you can't complain at all with a 4-1 victory at all, but that'll do it here for us at the Powassan Sportsplex. He's Brad, cameraman Mike Brown again. Always best way to celebrate a birthday is by a victory by the Powassan Voodoos. And Cassie Millen, who had all of our wonderful ice level shots on social media. I'm Courtney. That'll do it for this one. We'll see you on Friday at the Sportsplex.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being in netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.